At one point, Robert Downey Jr. was done. Hollywood had blacklisted him. Studios wouldn't touch him. He was in and out of jail, battling addiction, and sleeping on friends' couches. His career? Over. But then, he became Iron Man, not just a superhero on screen, but a symbol of redemption in real life. This is the story of how Robert Downey Jr. went from being the industry's biggest cautionary tale to its ultimate comeback king. Robert Downey Jr. was born into the business. His father, Robert Downey Sr., was a filmmaker, his mother, an actress, and his childhood, pure Hollywood madness. By the age of 6, Downey had already acted in a film, and, tragically, that was also the age his father first let him try marijuana. Let that sink in. A 6-year-old, smoking weed with his dad, growing up surrounded by addiction and instability, Robert's childhood was anything but normal. He bounced from city to city, dropped out of high school to pursue acting, and started chasing fame before he was old enough to legally drink. But talent, that was never the issue. The 80s and early 90s were Downey's golden era. Roles in Less Than Zero, Chaplin, and Natural Born Killers made him a critical darling. At just 27, he was nominated for an Oscar for playing Charlie Chaplin. It looked like Robert Downey Jr. was on track to become one of the greatest actors of his generation. But while the spotlight burned bright on the outside, he was spiraling on the inside. Drugs, alcohol, arrest. His real life began to mirror the troubled characters he played, and it only got worse from there. From 1996 to 2001, Downey's life became a tabloid spectacle. He was arrested multiple times for drug possession. He was found wandering barefoot down the street, muttering about hallucinations. At one point, he broke into a neighbor's house and fell asleep in their bed, high out of his mind. Studios dropped him. Directors refused to hire him. He served time in prison. It wasn't just a career collapse, it was personal destruction. Everyone thought Robert Downey Jr. was finished. Everyone except Robert. In the early 2000s, Downey made a decision that would change his life. He got clean. For real this time. He went through rehab. He cut ties with enablers. He leaned on friends who still believed in him. People like Mel Gibson, who paid his insurance so he could act again. Slowly, project by project, he started to rebuild. Indie films, guest roles, anything. He was climbing out of the hole brick by brick, but Hollywood still wasn't ready to bet big on him, until one man did. When Marvel Studios announced that Robert Downey Jr. would play Tony Stark in Iron Man, the world laughed. Critics called it a disaster waiting to happen. Insurance companies refused to cover him. Marvel had to fight just to cast him. But Downey was Tony Stark, a flawed genius with a dark past, using his second chance to save the world. The film was a smash hit. The performance, iconic. Overnight, Robert Downey Jr. didn't just revive his career, he changed cinema. He launched the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And for over a decade, he was the face of the most successful franchise in movie history. Downey didn't just come back, he dominated. Sherlock Holmes, Tropic Thunder, and 9 Marvel films later, he wasn't just a star. He was untouchable. But what makes his story so powerful isn't just the fame or the box office numbers. It's that he turned his pain into purpose. He now uses his platform to support addiction recovery. He's a family man, a philanthropist, and a mentor to young actors. Robert Downey Jr. is living proof that no matter how far you fall, you can rise again. From prison cells to red carpets, from being written off to writing the rules, Robert Downey Jr.'s life isn't just a comeback story. It's a lesson in resilience, redemption, and the power of never giving up on yourself. If you ever feel like it's too late to turn your life around, remember this: Iron Man wasn't just a character, he was a mirror, and behind that armor was a man who refused to quit.